So welcome everyone. Bienvenidos. Welcome here in San Diego to Diplomacy Day. We are thrilled to have you here joining us. My name is Ben Moore. I work for the U.S. Department of State, but I have the honor and the privilege and the pleasure of being detailed to the Mayor of San Diego's office as a Foreign Affairs Advisor. And it is my honor to welcome you to San Diego's very first Diplomacy Day. We are thrilled. There you go. We are we are thrilled to have you here. And I gotta say, I didn't expect so many good-looking people here. So well done. They say, that's right. They say diplomacy attracts the best of us, and that is true today. I don't have to tell any of you this. I think you need no convincing, but it's my job, so I will, that San Diego is such a global city. We are the 8th largest city in America. We are part of the 4th largest economy in the world, the state of California. We have the largest concentration of military assets in the world as well. And most importantly, a model of binational cooperation with our Mexican partners. Innovation, cultural, academic exchange, you name it, it's going on here in San Diego, and it is amazing to be a part of this. You add to that our 16 sister cities and our deep Pacific ties. I mean, you can easily see that San Diego is poised to lead at the global level, and that's why we're all here. Now, I think all of us can acknowledge and agree that it is a little bit difficult in these times to be focused on diplomacy, a little disheartening. I personally am reminded of Margaret Mead's quote that you can never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. And I would say we have much more than a small group here, so we can get a lot done together. On behalf of Mayor Gloria, who expresses his regret he could not be here, is in Sacramento lobbying for our budget. I want to offer thanks to all of you, in particular, both for being here, but also for doing what you do. Mayor Gloria is a huge proponent of international connectivity and enhancing San Diego's role on the global stage, and you are a huge part of that. So thank you. I want to encourage you to keep doing that work in spite of everything else, because we need you, America needs you, and the world needs you, and that's clearer now than ever. And then last, I'd like to thank a few of the folks that made this day possible. Those are many. There's an army of volunteers, including some of the mayor's interns behind me right now, who are helping to make this event happen, but especially Lulu and the San Diego Diplomacy Council team. Thank you for all you do here and always. Joe and the House of Pacific Relations for opening the cottages, providing this space, making this happen. And then, of course, our City of San Diego employees for making it happen in terms of audio visual, chairs, tables, etc., and doing what they do every day. And it is now my distinct pleasure to welcome the first of several speakers we have with us here today, none other than Ambassador Alicia Kerber-Palma, Consul General of Mexico in San Diego. Her impressive career spans over 3 decades in the Mexican Foreign Service, including tours in Colombia, Honduras, and across the United States. And impressively, I've learned she has degrees, both master's, law, and a PhD in international law, which in my book, I'm going to check the protocol guide here, but I think that makes you a diplomatic superhero in terms of rank. So, Madam Ambassador, we are thrilled to have you with us, and please.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate your words. Thank you very much for everybody for being here today. With this very sunny day, I don't know what we are doing working. It's time to be mingling and taking the sun and being in the beach, but here we are in this Diplomacy Day. And because of that, let me share with you some brief reflections in this role of Diplomacy Day and the current place of women in diplomacy. I'm a fighter of women's rights, so this is the best day to talk about women in diplomacy. Thank you. Despite growing commitments to gender equality and equity in countless declarations and speeches, only 21% of ambassadorial posts worldwide are currently held by women. We are more than the 50% of the population, and only 21% of those diplomats in an ambassador positions are women. So we are underrepresented. Today, even as international organizations advocate for inclusion, fair wage, and gender sensitivity policies, Several key institutions that directly impact women's lives had never been led by a woman. This includes the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Who knows more than economics than women? We know how to manage the economies of our families the best way of many other very well-known economists. The International Labor Organization has never been head by a woman. Food Agriculture Organization, the World Bank, United Nations, the Organization of American States. There in United Nations, before Antonio Guterres was elected, there were 4 women that participate in that election because the country said it's the time for women to face an international organization. They went around the world making very interesting campaigns with a very interesting CV curriculum. And you know what happened? At the end, when the countries vote, almost all the countries vote for a man. So we need to pass from the speeches, like this one, to the actions. If we don't pass from speech to action, we are only talking about illusions. In countries currently affected by armed conflicts, those we frequently see in the news, those countries we frequently see in the news, and you know which ones that are in conflict today, fewer than then, they have at least 3 women in ambassador positions. Imagine those countries that are having the world now pending, no? Not expecting what is going to happen with the peace world. Well, they only have, some of them, 2 or 1 woman as ambassadors. And despite the promises of the Women, Peace and Security agenda, women made only 13% of negotiators in peace processes over past years. So you can understand why we are in conflict now. Today, on World Diplomacy Day, let us take the opportunity to advance an international agenda that truly gives women a seat at the negotiation table. Because as we say in diplomacy, if you are not at the table, you are on the menu. Women receive in these days only 10% of the world's income and owns less than 1% of global property. If these numbers don't tell us nothing, I don't know what we can do to really reach equity and equality. So women, let's our noise be heard. It's time of activism. It's time of mentoring the new generation, and it's time to make our voice be heard. Thank you so much, and happy Diplomacy Day.
Thank you, Madam Ambassador. Amen. It is now my pleasure to introduce from the U.S. side, our principal officer at the Consulate in Tijuana, Bill Swaney, who is also a career diplomat and someone that understands that diplomacy does not just happen in capitals, but it happens everywhere, including right here every day in our binational region. He's a career diplomat, including tours in Afghanistan, France, Cameroon, etc. And he is the kind of cross-border leader that San Diego is known for, enabling the collaboration that brings us all together and as one. Please join me in welcoming Bill Swaney.
Good afternoon. First, big thanks to Ben, Lulu, and the rest of the folks that have made today possible. It's always a pleasure to come up the freeway from Tijuana. Opportunity to spot check the border, make sure traffic is flowing smoothly. It was fine northbound. I'll let you know how tonight goes. But in seriousness, it is a great pleasure to be here with all of you today on Diplomacy Day, celebrating the multicultural wonder that is San Diego, as well as to celebrate the citizen diplomats that are such a big part of making San Diego what it is and bringing that vibrancy to the Cali Baja region that some of my colleagues have already mentioned. It's also really nice to be here amongst the International Cottages. It's just one example of the rich tapestry that has been built with intention by San Diego and its older and more recent arrivals. So very fitting place to have this opportunity. As you all know, organizations like the San Diego Diplomacy Council are at the center of this effort to build bridges between our communities, to link them to the world through friendship and partnership. And we count ourselves lucky both at the consulate down in Tijuana, and I know you in San Diego feel the same way, to have such a strong ally, such a forceful advocate in Ambassador Kerber. So again, thank you. So as a full-time diplomat, we tend to focus on areas of mutual benefit, how to bring the most out of that, get the most from that, and to manage what falls into the other area. But I believe that the basis of diplomacy is relationships, which are built one at a time. And the vast majority of those relationships are built by regular people doing regular things, whether that is taking a trip down to Baja to go surfing or hit papas and beer, coming up to Disney, or maybe falling in love and expanding your family to cross both sides of this border. 20 years ago, I followed my dream, joined the Foreign Service based on a conviction that talking to each other, and above all by listening to each other, we could make the world a more prosperous, more peaceful place. This is not always easy. It is not always linear, but I believe in my heart that that is still very much the truth. And it gives me hope and fortitude in that work to see all of you out here today doing that same work, building those relationships, believing in the power of partnership and relationships. So thank you. Keep at it. Appreciate you making my job so much easier, and happy Diplomacy Day.
Thank you, sir. Wise words. And finally, it is my pleasure to introduce a true champion for this community right here in Balboa Park, the iconic setting for today's Diplomacy Day. Councilmember Stephen Whitburn represents San Diego's 3rd District, really the heart of our city, downtown to Hillcrest, and also Balboa Park, of course. He has strong leadership, deep community roots, and a clear vision for a more inclusive and vibrant San Diego. And I think he is also one that we have seen that's really supported our city's diversity efforts, fostered international partnerships, and really highlighted San Diego as a crossroads of cultures and ideas. So please join me in welcoming Councilmember Stephen Whitburn. So big fight.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? All right, there we go. That sounds more like Diplomacy Day. It is a real pleasure to join you this afternoon. Great to see all of you here. This is really an important acknowledgement that in an increasingly connected world like the one that we have today, diplomacy is more than just an international concern. As important as that is, it is also a local responsibility as well. And to that end, I want to thank each and every one of you who are here today. Certainly the San Diego Diplomacy Council, of course, our esteemed consul generals, thank you for being here. It is a real honor to have you here. Our citizen diplomats, of which all of you here represent, our sister cities participants, and the many volunteers who bring these international cottages to life day in and day out. Diplomacy plays such a vital role in our nations and in our communities, whether we're negotiating policies or collaborating across political aisles or building trust among our many diverse communities. Diplomacy is the art of partnership, and that is certainly evident right here in San Diego. We live in one of the most dynamic and unique border regions in the world, where the United States and Mexico come together every day through commerce and cultural and history and heritage. And that is why strong binational relations are essential, not just for economic prosperity, but for the quality of life on both sides of the border. Of course, we see the value of worldwide diplomacy every day right here at the International Cottages. Dozens of cultures are reflected here together with their food and their music and their tradition and their histories. These cottages serve as a living, breathing example of how diplomacy isn't just confined to embassies or international summits. It happens at community festivals, in student exchanges, and in the friendships that we build across borders. Much of that starting right here in this park at these international cottages. So on this Diplomacy Day, let us recommit to practicing diplomacy not only in our global affairs, but in our neighborhoods, in our government, and in our daily lives. And to that end, it is my honor to bring forward a proclamation from Mayor Gloria, who is here in spirit. He would be here in person were it not for the fact that he is up in Sacramento, practicing diplomacy, of course, working on behalf of our city. And it is also signed in addition to Mayor Gloria by all 9 of the city council members. I will read it to you. There are a few whereas clauses, but I think they're all worth sharing. It is a proclamation by the mayor and city council of the city of San Diego honoring Diplomacy Day, whereas the San Diego Diplomacy Council has long served as a vital convener of international engagement and global dialogue within the city of San Diego, connecting the region to the world through citizen diplomacy and international exchange. And whereas, in partnership with the city of San Diego and other key community stakeholders, the San Diego Diplomacy Council will host Diplomacy Day at Balboa Park's International Cottages in celebration of World Day for Cultural Diversity, for Dialogue and Development. Whereas, Diplomacy Day will bring together San Diego's diverse communities and international organizations to showcase the city's multicultural identity and promote international dialogue through food, music, performances. And last whereas clause, the event underscores San Diego's commitment to being a globally engaged and inclusive city, strengthening bonds among residents, businesses, civic leaders, and cultural ambassadors from around the world. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the mayor and the council of the city of San Diego that this council, for and on behalf of the people of San Diego, does hereby proclaim May 21st, 2025 as Diplomacy Day in the city of San Diego. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service and leadership. It is finally, you'll stop hearing me talk now, which is great for most of you. It's my pleasure to introduce the executive director of the San Diego Diplomacy Council, who is really a legend in her own right of international diplomacy here and represents everything that is so great about civilian diplomacy here, subnational diplomacy in San Diego. The great work of this organization and these around the room here, around the cottages, is incredibly important to keep us together and keep us committed to diplomacy. And Lulu really embodies that. So it is my pleasure to introduce Lulu Bonning, Executive Director of San Diego Diplomacy Council.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Lulu Bonning. I'm the Executive Director of the San Diego Diplomacy Council. And really, that sound right there and your faces here is why I love this job. I started with the Diplomacy Council as an intern, and they just cannot get rid of me because I love this work so much. And it's because of all of you. You all, as citizen diplomats, make this work so rewarding and so incredible. If you realize it or not, you are a diplomat. If it's a matter of choosing which restaurant to go and eat dinner at, if you're thinking about what movie to choose on Netflix, if you're at a Padres game at Petco Park and you're catching the trolley home and you're sitting beside a Dodgers fan, you are a diplomat. And you are doing incredible work. And thank you for carrying out the work of citizen diplomats throughout our incredible region. Round of applause to you. With that said, there are a few people in particular who have been outstanding supporters of our work at the San Diego Diplomacy Council, and I want to take a moment to recognize them. Thanks to the Charles W. Hostler Citizen Diplomat of the Year and Partner of the Year Award. So we have, they will be presented by Chinye Hostler, whose late husband, Charles Hostler, PhD, was a distinguished U.S. ambassador appointed by 3 U.S. presidents and received many accolades, including medals from 9 foreign countries and 4 religious leaders. Chinye works diligently to carry on the philanthropic legacy of Charles Hostler through the Charles Hostler Institute on World Affairs at San Diego State University, amongst other incredible nonprofit organizations. So the Institute is 83 years old and has hosted distinguished speakers from around the world, including ambassadors, Nobel laureates, scholars, and senior military leaders. And we are so grateful that Chinye has been a loyal supporter of the San Diego Diplomacy Council for over 30 years. So Chinye, I invite you onto stage to help me present these awards. So our first award is for the 2025 Citizen Diplomat of the Year, which we have awarded to Dr. Mary McKenzie. Dr. McKenzie has been involved with the San Diego Diplomacy Council for many, many years, along with other outstanding organizations like the United Nations Association of San Diego and the University of San Diego, teaching courses in American foreign policy, international human rights, and more. And Mary embodies the very core of what it means to be a citizen diplomat. So much so that she's actually out of the country right now and unable to accept this award in person. But on her behalf, we have Dr. Annie Terrell from USD who will be accepting it on Mary's behalf.
Congratulations to young Mary. She deserves it.
Hi, everyone. I asked Mary, what should I say when I accept this award on your behalf? And in typical Mary style, very humble, she said, oh, you'll know exactly what to say. I trust you. That was a mistake. I'm going to say some things I'm sure she would want me to say. For example, how much she loves all of the work that is done by the San Diego Diplomacy Council and really all of the various groups that are here today. Most of you who are involved with any of these groups know Mary because Mary is involved in so much. She really, really values all of the spirit of the UN above everything else, I think. I think that's why she puts so much time into the UN Association, but also the spirit of diplomacy itself. She has thrown everything she has into this in every possible way because she truly believes in it. And she believes it all starts here. It starts right here with us. You know, it's very tempting to think that there are people out there doing the work that needs to be done in the world. You know, climate change is as threatening as ever. And it's tempting to think someone else will solve that, but it starts here. The vast inequalities that we're seeing throughout the world, we see right here in our own backyard. And if we don't do that work here, that work won't be done everywhere else. And Mary truly believes that we have to engage here where we are. And that is the work that we are doing here together, that the San Diego Diplomacy Council has brought us together to celebrate today. So I want to start with that. I know Mary would want me to say how deeply important it is and how honored she is to be recognized by an organization that she esteems so highly. Now, here's the part she probably wouldn't want me to say because she's not here to stop me. I'm going to say it. Mary is an absolute treasure. She really is. I have never met anybody who has the spirit that Mary has. I'm very lucky that I've had the chance to work with her 10 years at the University of San Diego. I'm the director of the master's program in international relations there, and I've had the chance to teach alongside Mary, to work with students alongside Mary, to really walk in her footsteps, taking over the Model United Nations program, which is her baby. She basically created that program and made it into what it is today. This has exposed so many generations of students to what it means to be a diplomat. Students have now gone on to do some really wonderful things in the world. But I've also now lucky to work with Mary at the UN Association on the board and to see how tirelessly she throws herself into everything in the various ways that she supports this work. So this is her life in many ways. Like she would say, this is her life's work, to bring the spirit of what it means to be a global citizen here to San Diego. And so I want to, on her behalf,
thank the San Diego Diplomacy Council, thank all of you for being part of this. And I also want to say, since she's not here, how wonderful it is, how much of a gift it is for us to have Mary working on this in our communities. I really want you, if you don't know Mary, I hope you get a chance to know her. She is truly an embodiment of the spirit of the work that we did here. So thank you very much. I accept this on her behalf, and she thanks you as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Andy. Our next award is for the Partner of the Year. And our Partner of the Year award goes to an organization that has really championed the Diplomacy Council's mission and our efforts to increase interest in diplomacy amongst young people in our incredibly fantastic binational region. And so that is CETIS Universidad, who stands out at the forefront of excellence in education. They have been voted as the top university in Baja California for the past decade, and they provide a world-class education for high schoolers, undergraduates, postgraduates, and students in continuing education. We were privileged enough to host the 2025 Binational Youth Summit on their beautiful campus in Tijuana, and we've also been convening dozens of students through other programs that we offer at the Diplomacy Council with CETIS Universidad. So we are so proud to have them as our outstanding partners and are so thrilled to present them with this award. So is Tanya accepting the award? There we go.
Everybody,
Good afternoon, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be with you today. And English is not my native language, so I need my crutch, okay? I would like to begin by extending a warm greeting to all the distinguished guests joining us today, the members of the San Diego Diplomacy Council, and everyone who continues to promote international dialogue and collaboration in our region. It is a true honor to receive this recognition on behalf of CETIS University and our president, Dr. Fernando León Garcia. While he could not be here this afternoon, I am proud to stand in his place and represent an institution deeply committed to international education and regional integration. At CETIS, we believe that forming globally aware, socially responsible, and well-rounded individuals is essential to building a better future. Internationalization is not an add-on for us. It's a guiding principle that shapes our academic programs, students' experiences, and institutional partnerships. We work each day to ensure our students not only receive a quality education, but one that is grounded in ethical leadership, global standards, and a deep sense of purpose and responsibility towards the communities and the planet. In today's world, we believe that education must go beyond the classroom. Our students must be able to connect with others, understand different perspectives, and contribute meaningfully to their communities and to global society. And this is where diplomacy plays a powerful role. It teaches young people to engage with empathy, to listen, to build trust, and to resolve differences through dialogue. These are skills that are just as important as any other that we can teach in the curriculum. Being part of the second Binational Youth Summit this year was a meaningful opportunity to see these values in action. We are grateful to the San Diego Diplomacy Council for allowing our students and educators to engage, reflect, and grow by opening this space, and for believing in the value of youth, education, and international cooperation. This recognition encourages us to continue building bridges between people and institutions, and we sincerely hope this is only the beginning of a lasting partnership. Thank you once again for this generous acknowledgement.
Okay, thank you all. I'm coming to the end of all the things that I have to say. Just a few more things that I wanted to mention. One, don't forget, San Diego Diplomacy Council. We are here. We're here, but not alone. We are part of a community, and we have some of our incredible community members here tabling with us today. If you guys want to wave, if you're tabling, go visit them. We also have some incredible cottages opening in this area. They are sprinkled around. Some of them are on the other side of the road as well. So don't be strangers. If you want to learn more about the other countries that are present here, go and visit them. If the door is open, you're welcome to go in. We also have 2 fantastic food trucks that are just on the other side of these cottages right here. We have a Mexican food truck and we have some Thai burger food truck as well. So both are very delicious and very intriguing, and I encourage you to go and check them out. Thank you everyone for being here. With that, before you return to making friends, networking, hanging out, getting the free drinks that we are supplying, we have a performance for you guys. We have a live singer that is here with us today, the highly talented Emilia Hernandez from the San Diego School of Creative and Performing Arts. So with that, Emilia, over to you.
¡Ay! ¡Que el laurel es tan verde! ¡Que rosas tan encendidas! Si piensas abandonarme, mejor quítame la vida. Alza los ojos a verme si no estás comprometido. Eres mata de algodón que vives en el capullo. Ay, qué tristeza me da cuando te llenas de orgullo de ver a mi corazón enredado con el tuyo. Eres rosa de Castilla que solo en mayo se ve. Quisiera hacerte un invite, pero la verdad no sé si tienes quien te lo invite. Mejor me separaré. Por ahí va la despedida, chinito, por tus quereres. La perdición de los hombres son las benditas mujeres, y aquí se acaban cantando los versos de los laureles.